Well, welcome back. Welcome to the Fragrant Nut. Hey, tonight we're going to talk about a very exciting fragrance that I was able to grab a decant. I believe it's even been discontinued, so if I could find a full bottle, I definitely would purchase this. Um, we're going to talk about one of my favorite perfumers, and probably some of you guys out there have heard of Francois de Monchi. He created Dior on a designer brand, uh, which had a wonderful iris, and I'm a huge iris fan. So this guy, he knows his irises pretty damn well. Okay, so tonight we're going to talk about one that he did in 2010. But before we do that, I'm going to tell you where I get my fragrances from so you'll know. And I've gone to these guys a lot because they carry over 2,000 niche brands, including a lot of the fragrances that are off the beaten path. And so sometimes I grab those just to give myself a chance to smell fragrances that not everyone is talking about. But tonight we're going to talk about the from Rich and Lux. You can go to richandlux.com. And I do believe they're decants. And this one here is we're going to talk about. It's called New Look 1947. Their decants, I believe, start off, and that's unusual. Most decants, it'll be like 2 mil and then go on up. I believe these guys usually start at 3 mil, 5 mil, maybe 7, and some odd numbers, and then 10. Anyway, and they're really nice packaging. I mean, you really got to experience these guys. If you have experienced them, drop a comment below. And they'll come in like this. So it does give you enough to test. Some of them are, the prices are reasonable. Some of them I would say is a little high, but a lot of times I go to these guys because they'll have things that are, absolutely hard to find. Another one, just before we get into this, that I suggested that if you're ever looking for rare, extremely hard to find, I would say go to fragrancevault.net.com, something like that, or Fragrance Vault, and you should find that. But anyway, let's get into this one. When I go to Parfumo and when I go to Fragrantica, their take on what's supposedly in some of these things, the notes, they're varying a little bit. On Parfumo, it mentions that there's pink pepper in here. It doesn't mention that in Fragrantica. Fragrantica says in the top notes is ylang ylang. In the mid, both mention 5 florals. However, Parfumo mentions that there's iris, and I'm a huge iris fan. But in Fragrantica, they say that it's Gardenia. Now, I personally don't pick up any Gardenia in this, and I do like Gardenia. The only floral that I'm really not huge on, and most people are not, is tuberose. But the jasmine in here, the rose, the ylang ylang, the iris, if you will, or gardenia, I'm fine with all of those yellow florals. And then inside, so I should have did a fresh spray, but it's still there. I do agree that there's probably pink pepper because it is a little spicy in the beginning of the first 19-25 seconds of it. It is a little spicy. It is powdery. It's not overly sweet. It's got vanilla in the base. It's got benzoin in the base. Not a lot going on there. It's not a very complex scent. Again, Parfumo says it's geared for women. Fragrantica says it is men and women. I would personally say everything is unisex, depend if you like it. Some lean more masculine, some lean more feminine, but it's all notes. Back in the day, we didn't have this luxury of being confused by what's in it and all that. You went by your nose and your imagination. If you liked it, you bought it. And now we find out all the ingredients, and sometimes I don't know if that takes away from the excitement of the fragrance, and then also can lead to dupes and copycatters because they now have the recipe book. And who knows, some may actually go under another name and create it for someone else and create their own dupes to some of their successes. We don't know. All we know is that we're throwing our wallets at this addiction that we have, that we love, and that is fragrance. So I would say this could be worn anytime. It is warm here in St. Louis. It was extremely hot today, so I did put it on. I don't know. I would say it could be used as a first date night scent, or wear it whenever you like. It's pretty nice. It's a beautiful scent. It's not some. It is slightly different to some extent, but it's very nice. I really like it. If I could get my hands on a full bottle, which I do believe this is full bottle worthy. Now, it doesn't project real far out. I'd say 6 to 8 hours, definitely. Probably want to put it on your clothes or something so that you can really enjoy it longer. Probably a scarf or a sweater, maybe if it's in the fall. That's tend to be my favorite time to wear fragrances, is in the fall. But hey, life is short. Wear as much as you can, when you can, as often as you can, in my opinion. Hey, so anyway, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Have you smelled New Look 1947? Do you even have a little bit that you can send my way? I would give you the money. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Love you, man. Talk to you later. Bye.